So, just everything you were hoping for?
Can't believe people used to live like this. Everything's so fancy.
Yeah, we had things pretty good back then. Here we are.
Here we are, a very fancy hotel.
Very fancy hotel. Can't believe people used to live like this.
I know, or people do live like this.
I can't believe we're living like this right now.
I know.
We're a year later.
I know.
A year has come and gone. It's been a crazy year too.
Yeah.
I remember the first night when the Naughty Dog had the launch party, and you know, obviously we had seen a little bit of the game, but we hadn't actually. Neil, as we were walking out to the car, he's like, "Wait, I have something for you guys." And he reaches into his car and he pulls out 2 copies of the game. I think we were originally just like, "Okay, good night, we're gonna leave." And
Oh, thanks, bye.
No, we're playing this right now. It was like
know.
we at least had to play through the prologue.
Yeah, because we got to your apartment.
Yeah.
We were all there, popped it in.
And I remember what you said, which was so cool. You were like, "I can't believe this is happening. Like, I'm not seeing the Naughty Dog logo. I'm not seeing, this isn't happening." It was like this really surreal moment. What did you think? I mean, you've clearly been around this for so long, as far as like working on sets and being in this industry. What did you think when you first saw this?
I remember when I first walked onto the mocap stage, I was nervous because I didn't realize. Yeah, so I think you walk in there and you're surrounded by 180 cameras.
Yeah.
So already you just feel like everything's like right on you. That was the first time I wore the suit, that awesome suit, and then we started casting for Joel, and then found a couple guys, did a motion capture audition with them, and they weren't right. The guy that came in right before you, he was great, and I'm sure you know the story now, but we were doing a scene where it was very sort of heated, and sometimes, as you know, a lot of my frustration or anger will come out physically,
Right.
which I think with some actors that can not be a good thing, and I should learn to be careful with that, but I'm a bit impulsive. So I pushed him, and then he's just as impulsive as I am. He pushed me back. and I fell down, and I remember I got up and I was like, "You motherfucker." And then, like, you know, Neil and everyone was like, okay, because I was just like, "All right, we're gonna do this. I'm totally gonna fight this motherfucker." And we're like ready to do this audition scene. And I was like, "Okay, this is just not right."
That would have been a different Joel and Ellie.
It would have been a different Joel and Ellie, very combative and maybe not the kind of feels that they were going for. And then you came in and you were like, "Hi," and you were just so refreshed, and I was like, trying to calm down, and you were like, "I want to give you a hug." And then I felt like a child when their parent hugs them. I wanted to start crying because I was like,
Well,
but it just
I could see
instantly-
on you. I mean, it was. I remember walking into it. I was nervous too because I'm a gamer and I've been familiar with Naughty Dog and what they've done for so long, and here I am walking in for a character that I was sure that I wasn't going to be right for. They were going to see the aesthetics of me, and it was just going to be so different. But I also knew that I understood something about the character that I don't think anybody else did. But I remember walking in and seeing you and seeing just this forced smile, and I was like, "Oh man!" And I instantly just felt like just such a cool connection with you. And I know that when I walked in and I saw you, all I knew was I wanted to take care of you. And not that you needed to be taken care of, but that I wanted to take care of you.
Yeah.
And I could get mad at you, you could piss me off, but at the end of the day, I still wanted to take care of you. And I think it started just from that, again, that seeing that person who had the smile on, and knowing that there was something underneath that. So
Interesting. Aw.
I don't know. I mean, what did you think when you first saw like Ellie and when you first saw Joel? Like, what were your first thoughts?
I knew I was right for it, and I was like, if I can just kind of, you know, not get nervous and just bring what I have to the table I know I'm Ellie.
Right. We did this for so long. I mean, 3 years. I've never worked on anything that went as long. You're forced to be open and honest and everything because you're dealing with such intense material and the process requires such. But then you hit that phase where, kind of like what we did in the ranch house, where it's like, we had been working together and we had been trusting each other and going through this and laughing and sharing all these memories and everything else. But that to me was a shift in not only how Joel and Ellie related to each other, but I felt like you and I like hit like a deeper level in our relationship. And you know, up to that point I hadn't done things that really had required that of me. And so that was really the first time I'd ever hit something I was completely unprepared for. I'm looking around going, I don't have the tools for this. I don't know what's wrong. And it was good. Everything that we were doing was fine. It wasn't that we were bad. It wasn't like, oh, that sounds fake or anything. It wasn't honest. It wasn't true. And there was Ellie has that great moment where she says, you know, everybody has left me. Everybody except for you. And you pushed me, which, again, showing your anger. But the line was just, everyone has left me except for you. And you took the scene into this new place, and that's where the trust comes in, because you're compelled to follow. We finished that, and I felt like we're sweaty afterwards. We went through something together.
So I saw the alternate ending.
Oh.
Where it turned into a musical.
Oh my God.
And I'm so mad because I wasn't there that day.
I don't know what my deal was that day, but for some reason I couldn't. I had to walk through the door. I like burst through the door. There was a doctor there who pulled a gun on me, and I had to wrestle the gun away from him, knock him out, and then turn the gun on everybody else who's in the room. And I kept dropping the gun. I don't know why that kept happening, but I couldn't hold onto my gun. And so we were going through it again and again and again and again. Neil says, I want to get one more, and I just really want you to be open to what Merle has given you. And I feel like what we have is great, but I think that you really need to be listening to her and seeing what she's doing. I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. You know?
I'll totally listen to her. Sorry,
and
sir.
he was like, no matter what happens, because I would drop my gun and be like, sorry. He's like, I don't care if the gun drops, just don't stop. Just no matter what happens, just keep going. I was like, okay, guys, I'm serious. I don't care if you drop the gun. I was like, fine, dude, professional, I've got this. So I walked through the door and I'm doing my thing, and out comes this voice.
You can't save her, even if you get her out of here. What then? What then?
Merle has done Broadway. She was in Rent.
Oh,
I mean,
she's insane. Her voice is
you know
incredible.
that she's good, but you didn't. I was like, damn, girl can sing. And that's when I kind of like got like caught looking a little bit. If she's gonna dance, I'm gonna dance too. And I had no
It was
lines.
unreal.
I had one line. It was like, you'd only come after her. And that was it. Bang. No lines. And to me, it's so funny. Like, Pam loves Les Mis, and what I think is hilarious is in musicals is when they not only verbalize but sing
What
their
they're doing.
inner monologue.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in a chair and I'm looking out the window. I mean, it's like, shut
Yeah.
up. We don't need it. We see that you're sitting in a chair and looking out a window. And so Joel starts going into this whole inner monologue of what
So
he's
good.
thinking, what he's doing.
What am I feeling? So much confusion. I've got a man in my arms and a girl with a gun to my head. But there she is on the table.
My favorite is the moment she starts singing, because you're like, you're so into it, and then she starts singing, and you're like, you have this look on your face like, what's happening?
That's me
But
going,
then
holy shit, she can sing.
she's finished, and then you're like, instantly, you're like, I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna go get Ellie. I was like, this is unreal.
They teased us and they said that, he goes, we're gonna animate the entire thing and it's gonna be
I
like
wish
a
they
gag
would've
reel.
done
I was
that.
like, that,
Maybe one day.
yeah, they wanted to do something like finish the game, whatever.
Yeah, well, what's that about? Lame.
You played the game,
Yes.
Yeah.
I played through it twice.
played it twice.
I can't wait to play it through again on the PS4 because I feel like since it's been a year, I wonder what I'm gonna remember, or I'm sure there's gonna be some new stuff that I'll see.
They've
Did
got
you-
they've got a copy.
Should we go play it?
You wanna go play it? I'm gonna play the game. I don't know what you guys are gonna do. You guys are gonna play the game right now.